This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Tammy Wright from the Burr Oak Land Trust, Johnson County, charged with preserving several hundred acres of natural area, now even more, because you've added to the total recently.
We have, yes. Very exciting. We've got a couple more families that we're dealing with that are thinking of donating their property as well, so we hope to acquire even more by the end of the year. We seem to be just kind of on fire right now. Lots of great things happening, and it's a wonderful thing.
So it's your job to kind of acquire and maintain these lands that people donate. It's called a conservation easement, correct?
Well, there are conservation easements.
That's
that is
something
a tool.
else. That's a tool.
Well, that's
okay.
a tool. But we actually own 9 properties around
Okay.
Johnson County. So, and we hold 14 conservation easements. So, yeah, that's another way to help protect the land without actually owning the land. The landowner continues to own and maintain their property, and we come in and just make sure that all the things that were agreed to in the conservation easement are being done or not done.
Now, when you acquire new property, either through a conservation easement to manage it or a direct donation, how long does it take? Because chances are it has been sculpted and farmed to within an inch of its life, but not necessarily. But
No.
how long does it take to get it back to its natural state?
Actually, a lot of the properties that we acquire and that we're putting conservation easements on are pretty much in their natural state, or they've been reconstructed prairie. As we know, prairies have been pretty much taken care of. There's very few left that aren't protected, and so a lot of them are reconstructed prairie. We do a lot of woodlands. We have wetland areas. So we don't, not that we wouldn't take farmland, and we have, and we've done a lot of great things with that farmland to bring it back to Iowa and how it was years ago. But I actually thought you were going more toward how long does it take to make the transaction, and sometimes that can be years. But yeah, it's kind of an ongoing process because the biggest challenge is invasive species and trying to remove the invasive species from the property, and whether that's multiflower rose or garlic mustard or honeysuckle or oriental bittersweet, and there's a whole big list. But that's a big challenge, and we have volunteer work days ongoing to try to kind of keep those at bay as much as we can.
Truly a long-term investment.
It is. It very much is. Yes.
The longest of long-term investments.
That's right. That's why I tell our board of directors that our organization is so different than most other nonprofits, where they have a goal to reach their mission and no longer have a need for their organization. And our organization, we're here for perpetuity, forever.
So, and as we get closer to spring, you'll be having some activities
We will.
coming
yes.
up on some of your properties. So tell me about the Prairie Preview.
Prairie Preview, March 9th. It is an environmental forum. This year we are at the Clarion Highlander because we've outgrown our other venues that we've used throughout the years. We have plenty of parking there. There should be lots of exhibitor space. We have about 40 exhibitors signed up right now. We usually get 300 to 400 people at that event. So it's a wonderful event. Anybody from Johnson County Secondary Roads to Johnson County Songbird Project to University of Iowa Press, and everybody in between has exhibits. It's a free event. It's open to the public. The Four Seasons Garden Club provides refreshments. Johnson County Songbird Project makes coffee, and it's just a really good event. We have a speaker this year. It's Steve Hendryx talking about bees, and so pollinators have been a big concern lately, and so we figured that was a pretty fitting topic this year. So it's doors open at 5:30, I believe, and yeah, it's just a great event. Speaker starts at 7:30, and we can go through and visit the exhibits ahead of time and listen to the speaker and then visit the exhibits again and have a good night.
So that is quite a wide variety of exhibits, but I assume the overarching theme is preservation of nature and.
Yeah, we try to, sometimes we focus more on mushrooms and sometimes it's more just prairie, like in your backyard. If you live in town, there's still things you can do to attract bees and butterflies and have a little bit of natural world in your maybe unnatural setting. So
So some options and things to learn about whether you have 40 acres of prairie you'd like to donate or not.
Right, definitely, definitely. Yeah, we've
You
got.
can have the woods in back of my house, but I'm not sure how anybody would get there.
Yeah, that's always an issue too. Sometimes the land that we want to protect is beautiful and pristine, but landlocked, so it makes it a little challenging. We have sponsorship opportunities available for that event and our other events. We have Family Day that comes up May 21st. We target kind of elementary students and their families. It's from 1 to 3 at our Turkey Creek property, which is out by Solon. Sponsorship opportunities available for that too. We have an outdoor concert in July that's down by Hills at our property down there. Also a family day that happens down there in September. So we spread out our events throughout the year. Lots of work day opportunities throughout the year. Some coming up as early as this Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to shovel the snow
Yeah.
away from to get at the garlic mustard.
Yes, right. It may turn out that way. So may want to check first to see if we're still on. But yeah, this weather has been just amazing, and there's been a lot of work done. And we have a great Facebook page that we try to capture before and after pictures and just what's happening on the properties. And as things start to come alive in the spring, great pictures. We've got volunteer photographers out taking pictures and sending them in so we can post them on social media and our website and use them in our brochures and our literature.
So if people are interested in maybe volunteering for a work day or getting a group together from school or church, can they find that information on the website, or how does somebody get started?
You bet. There's some that are already organized, obviously, and that's www.buroaklandtrust.org, and Burr is with one R. And so you can go on and see what's already been established and what's happening. If you are part of a group that wants to get a group together and come out and just be your group, we can do that as well. Seth Somerville is our property stewardship specialist, and he'd be happy to talk to anybody and organize at a time and a place that works for everybody.
Okay, and then but the season of your activities gets started with the Prairie Preview coming up on the 9th.
Yeah, it sure does. And, it's funny because a lot of people that come to that, have been coming for years. And one year we had a really bad snowstorm, and our speaker was from Des Moines, and we have it videotaped, and it's broadcast on City Channel 4 in Iowa City. And, I didn't know how I was going to get home that night, and we still had 70 people show up. And so it was great. And people really say, that's the first sign of spring for them. This year might be a little different because of our weather, but a lot of times, because Prairie Preview is happening, we know now that spring's just around the corner. So it's a really great event, and we have so much good going on right now. I really encourage people to check out our website. You can contact me at info@buroaklandtrust.org. Our phone number is 338-7030.
All right. Tammy Wright from the Burr Oak Land Trust. Again, buroaklandtrust.org. Did I get that right? Did I remember that correctly?
That's correct.
Okay. And good luck with the Prairie Preview, and we'll look forward to having you come back and talk about some of your other events in the spring and summer.
I'll look forward to it as well. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Tammy. A few things going on this weekend to talk about. Hollis has that calendar for us now.